Beneath the expansive canopy of Central Park, the sound of raindrops mingled with the murmur of a restless crowd. This was not an ordinary evening, for what unfolded next became a highlight in the life of a diva who seemed almost otherworldly in her grace and determination. The stage was soaked, the air heavy with uncertainty, and yet there, in the midst of it all, Diana Ross emerged, dressed in a resplendent outfit that seemed almost impervious to the rain surrounding her. Her iconic presence radiated through the drizzle, as though she was not just ready for the rain, but as if she embraced it, daring it to challenge her resolve. As the first notes of her voice filled the air, umbrellas opened across the park, yet the crowd seemed oblivious to the weather. Diana Ross did not merely perform that night, she transcended. The rain, which could have cloaked the event in gloom, instead turned into a shimmering veil that accentuated her every movement, her every note. There was no hesitation, no faltering. Each song seemed to echo louder, as though nature itself was compelled to amplify her presence. The microphones faltered under the downpour, and still, she sang. The musicians pushed forward valiantly to keep pace as puddles formed beneath their instruments. What could have unraveled into chaos became a testament to artistry, to the unyielding spirit of a performer who redefined what it meant to be a star. She danced as the rain flowed down her face, not wiping it away but letting it become part of the act, as if each droplet were scripted into the show. Her interaction with the audience did not waver. It grew warmer, more intimate, as though the rain had drawn everyone closer, shared between the artist and those who had gathered to witness her. Moments like these are rare, where the elements conspire to create magic rather than mayhem. Diana Ross did not conquer the rain, she collaborated with it, transforming it from a limitation to an extension of her charm and resilience. It was this balance, this seamless synthesis of elements, determination, and raw talent that held the audience spellbound. Born on March 26, 1944, in Detroit, Michigan, Diana Ernestine Earl Ross grew up in the Brewster Douglas housing projects, a challenging environment that did not stifle the vibrancy of Motown music echoing through her community. Her childhood, marked by the rhythms and beats that Detroit was becoming famous for, laid the foundation for one of the most extraordinary careers in music history. In 1959, Diana Ross joined the Primettes, an all-female vocal group that included Florence Ballard, Mary Wilson, and Betty McGlown, who initially performed locally in the Detroit area. The Primettes sought to emulate the success of their male counterparts, the Primes, and hone their harmonies and stage presence. Shortly after, the group was renamed the Supremes when they signed with the emerging Motown Records label under Berry Gordy. Gordy's Motown was more than just a record label. It was an incubator for a sound that would define a generation, blending soul, R&B, and pop in an unprecedented way. The Supremes quickly climbed the music charts. With Diana Ross as their lead vocalist, they became a dynamo of pop records, blending vulnerability with poise. Hit singles like Where Did Our Love Go? And Baby Love positioned them as one of Motown's biggest success stories and earned them international recognition. Diana Ross's delicate, yet commanding vocal interpretations differentiated their music, becoming a hallmark of their iconic style. The Supremes' appeal was not just about their vocal talent. Their stage presence, intricate choreography, and dazzling outfits allowed them to transcend music into cultural icons during the Civil Rights Movement. The Supremes were trailblazers, becoming the first African-American group to achieve mainstream success in America on an international scale. Their allure crossed racial barriers, paving the way for other African-American artists. Diana Ross's leadership within the group helped solidify their status at Motown as the label's premier act. Despite the challenges and fierce competition within the booming 1960s music scene, the group consistently delivered one chart-topping hit after another. Each success underscored their influence on the music industry, where they shaped the sound and style of female vocal groups. In 1970, Diana Ross boldly decided to leave the Supremes and embark on a solo career that would cement her legacy as one of the most influential artists in the music and entertainment industry. Her first solo hit, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, transformed her career, showcasing her ability to electrify audiences with her powerful voice and inspirational themes. The song, a reinterpretation of the Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell classic, became a chart-topping anthem, earning critical acclaim, while dominating airwaves and record sales. This marked the beginning of a prolific career filled with timeless classics. Songs like Reach Out and Touch Me in the Morning followed, further displaying her unique ability to blend soulful melodies with emotional depth. These tracks epitomized her artistic brilliance during the early years of her solo journey, ensuring she remained at the forefront of the music scene through the changing cultural tides of the 1970s. Simultaneously, Ross expanded her talents into acting, proving herself a true polymath in the entertainment industry. Her portrayal of Billie Holiday in the 1972 film Lady Sings the Blues was a masterstroke that highlighted her versatility as a performer. In this biopic, Ross delved into the complexities of portraying the revered jazz singer, skillfully capturing her struggles and triumphs. Her extraordinary performance earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress, a feat rarely achieved by a music artist transitioning into the world of film. Critics and audiences alike were captivated by her ability to bring such authenticity and emotional intensity to the screen. Her acting career continued to thrive in subsequent films, with standout roles in Mahogany and The Wiz. In Mahogany, she starred as an ambitious fashion designer, offering a compelling narrative on ambition, love, and identity. The film proved Ross could underpin commercial success with thematic depth, while she also contributed to its soundtrack, including the hit Do You Know Where You're Going To? In The Wiz, a reimagining of the classic The Wizard of Oz, Ross took on the role of Dorothy, bringing her vocal prowess and acting flair together in a vibrant and imaginative setting. This endeavor only reinforced her reputation as a cultural icon, illustrating her ability to shape-shift into different creative expressions while resonating with audiences across generations. From her debut as a solo artist to her later triumphs as a leading lady in film, Ross constantly reinvented herself, proving her mettle both as an iconic vocalist and a credible actress. Her transition from the Supremes brought her out of the girl group's shadow, allowing her to flourish and redefine what it meant to be a multifaceted artist. The daring leaps she took across decades resulted in a body of work that remains influential. From the poignant wails of "And No Mountain High Enough" to her dramatic turn as Billie Holiday, and beyond, her legacy is one of unyielding creativity and trailblazing excellence. Therefore, Diana Ross stands among the most celebrated and honored figures in musical history. Having received a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, she solidified her place as a cultural icon whose influence transcends generations. This award, granted in 2012, recognized her extraordinary contributions as both a member of the Supremes and as a solo performer. Her artistry pushed barriers in music, earning her achievements that not only included chart-topping songs, but also paved the way for other African American artists in an era of social transformation. Additionally, in 2016, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the United States. This accolade underscored her influence not only as an artist but as a symbol of resilience and excellence. On July 21, 1983, Diana Ross held a free concert in Central Park that became an indelible moment in the history of live performances. Designed to raise financing for the construction of a playground, the audience surpassed all expectations, gathering a staggering 800,000 fans. Central Park's sprawling crowd bore testimony to her universal appeal, bringing together people from all walks of life. Even when a storm erupted during the show, Diana's unwavering presence and determination elevated the performance to legendary status. Amidst torrential rain and fierce winds, she continued to perform, refusing to cut short this unforgettable moment for her fans. The event is remembered not just for its artistic brilliance, but also for Diana Ross's unyielding commitment to her audience, showcasing her as more than a performer, but a true luminary whose presence illuminated even the darkest skies. Officials collaborated diligently with Diana Ross to prepare for a memorable concert, taking every step to ensure a seamless and enchanting evening for attendees. The event was painstakingly planned, from the layout of the stage to the lighting and sound that aimed to amplify her renowned presence. Every detail was carefully considered and executed, transforming the space into a breathtaking backdrop befitting her legendary status. Ross, with her unmatched charisma, stepped onto the stage resplendent in a dazzling outfit that shimmered under the carefully orchestrated lights, commanding the attention of every individual present. The energy in the air was electric as she began her performance, her voice soaring effortlessly through the venue. Each song carried the audience through waves of nostalgia and admiration, her repertoire comprising iconic hits from her time with the Supremes, as well as her illustrious solo career. Her presence was magnetic, drawing the audience closer with every note, every movement conveying the poise and grace that she has become synonymous with. Her supremely shiny ensemble further augmented the performance, reflecting her luminous artistry and elevating the experience to a visual and auditory feast. The concert was not merely a show, it was a connection, a deeply felt bond between the icon and her listeners. Performing classics that have defined decades of music, Ross seamlessly transitioned between the emotionally resonant ballads and uplifting anthems. Familiar favorites like Stop, In the Name of Love, and Ain't No Mountain High Enough echoed through the venue as fans sang along, their voices rising in unison, affirming the timeless impact of her artistry. Her command of the stage was absolute, moving through each piece with a blend of elegance and raw emotion that left an indelible impression. Under a darkening sky, Diana Ross stood before a massive crowd in New York City's Central Park, ready to deliver an unforgettable performance. The energy was electric as over 300,000 fans gathered to witness the music icon. However, as she began to sing, an unexpected storm rolled in. Heavy rain cascaded down, and fierce winds whipped across the Great Lawn, creating a dramatic and challenging setting for the evening. Refusing initially to give in to the elements, Diana Ross continued her show, urging her audience to stay calm, and together as the storm grew more intense. With her characteristic grace and determination, she turned briefly from singer to motivator, addressing the drenched and weathered crowd. Lightning flashed, illuminating the stormy skies while water flowed in streams across the stage. As caution began to take precedence, safety concerns eventually left even the most devoted fans' understanding of the emerging gravity of the situation. At this pivotal moment, Diana Ross did what she has always done best. She connected with her audience. Acknowledging their shared disappointment, she made a heartfelt promise to return the following day to complete the concert. Her words, like her music, carried the power to soothe and inspire, bridging an unexpected pause in the performance through a commitment to reconvene in brighter conditions. True to her promise, Diana Ross proved to be an artist of resilience and integrity. The very next day, adhering to nothing less than her given word, she returned to the stage. The weather was clear, the mood jubilant, and the resilient bond between performer and fans stronger than ever. The shared experience of braving the storm had deepened the relationship between the artist and her audience, turning a disrupted concert into one of the most memorable moments of live entertainment history. Despite challenges, Diana Ross's rescheduled Central Park concert became an unforgettable testament to resilience and generosity. The event, hosted in July 1983, aimed to benefit a children's playground in Central Park, later named the Diana Ross Playground, located near West 81st Street and Central Park West. While the initial performance on July 21 attracted more than 300,000 to 800,000 fans, it faced a dramatic interruption due to a severe thunderstorm. Torrential rains and lightning forced the cancellation after less than an hour on stage, leaving thousands of attendees scrambling for cover. This abrupt pause did not deter Ross, who made an iconic promise to return the following day. True to her word, she performed under much clearer skies, delivering an even more remarkable show that soared beyond expectations. Her steadfast commitment and lively performance reaffirmed her bond with a massive audience, earning widespread admiration. Fans witnessed a level of showmanship that transformed the concert into an enduring moment in music history. Behind the scenes, the setbacks inflated operational costs immensely, including damage from the storm and the extended logistics of arranging the follow-up performance. Despite these financial burdens, the concert ultimately achieved its fundraising goals through sponsorships, merchandise sales, and other contributions. This paved the way for the envisioned playground, providing an imaginative and joyful space for children, thereby immortalizing Ross's contribution to Central Park. The stormy concert held in 1983 at Central Park remains one of Diana Ross's most iconic performances, symbolizing not only her legendary career, but also her resilience and the deep connection she shares with her audience. It was conceived as a benefit concert to raise funds for constructing a children's playground in Central Park. On the first evening of July 21st, the skies unleashed a severe thunderstorm that interrupted the show after approximately 45 minutes. The intense rain and lightning tested the resolve of Ross, yet she remained undeterred. With her voice booming through the devastation, she promised the gathered thousands that she would return to complete the performance. True to her word, Diana Ross came back the very next day. A passionate crowd once again filled the Great Lawn, displaying unwavering support for the legendary artist. Television broadcasts extended the spectacle globally, sharing the experience of this courageous and unforgettable moment. Ross's dedication and her affinity for her fans shone brilliantly, transforming what could have been a calamity into a tale of triumph and community. The storm escalated the drama of the concert, but Diana Ross remained full of energy, braving the inclement weather to keep her promise to her fans. The proceeds from the concert, including money raised through television rights and donations, were later allocated to build a playground at Central Park's West 81st Street and Central Park West. Named the Diana Ross Playground, this space has become an enduring legacy of the event, offering joy and play opportunities to countless families and children. During the groundbreaking ceremony on September 11, 1986, Ross's contributions were celebrated, demonstrating the significant scale of her generosity. The playground stands not only as a facility for recreation, but also as a poignant reminder of Diana Ross's extraordinary cultural impact and her commitment to the well-being of future generations. Whether celebrated through the songs she performed or the lasting physical space that bears her name, this moment in history encapsulates the spirit of Diana Ross, limitless, giving, and utterly devoted to those who surround her. The memory of fans enduring pouring rain, the sound of her voice rising above the thunder, and her resolute determination to continue against all odds left an indelible mark on all those present. The Diana Ross Playground, nestled in the heart of Central Park, preserves this legacy, offering anyone who ventures there a piece of her incredible story. Through an unparalleled career that spanned decades, Diana Ross transformed the cultural landscape of music, entertainment, and social norms. Rising to prominence during a transformative era in American society, her success shattered racial and gender barriers as she became a beacon for African American women striving to pave their paths in fields often constrained by prejudice. Ross's meteoric rise at Motown and her role with the Supremes established her not only as a musical powerhouse, but as a symbol of African American excellence in mainstream media, inspiring boundless possibilities for women to thrive in the entertainment world. Her enduring influence established a new standard for diversity, representation, and strength. Beyond her vast contributions to music and film, Ross made a tangible difference in the lives of underserved communities through her philanthropic pursuits. Her commitment to children's causes demonstrated her genuine dedication to uplifting others. Through donations, time, and activism, she championed issues related to children's welfare, access to the arts, and education. Notably, the establishment of the Diana Ross Charitable Foundation reflected her belief in the transformative potential of arts education and support systems for young people in impoverished areas, carving a legacy that reached beyond her artistic achievements. Additionally, Diana Ross's impressive filmography showcased not only her versatility as an artist, but also a deep commitment to challenging the narratives surrounding African American women in cinema. Roles in landmark films such as Lady Sings the Blues and The Wiz offered authentic, rich portrayals of black characters, elevating their stories to mainstream audiences and raising the bar for inclusion in Hollywood. Through tireless performances, Ross helped humanize African American experiences for a global audience, influencing the kinds of stories deemed worthy of being told in front of and behind the camera. Furthermore, her artistry in these projects expanded public expectations of how African American women could lead in narrative traditions, breaking conventional molds of those times. Ross's efforts in philanthropy and performance were driven by the same bold vision, fostering a society where race, gender, and socioeconomic background need not dictate opportunities or outcomes. Her work in charity and representation did not only open doors for countless individuals, but also redefine societal standards of equality and representation. These victories were not abstract concepts, but tangible connections forged between national conversations of justice and the cultural arenas where identity was shaped and reshaped for future generations.